What is up everyone, welcome back to another Gunpla review, and today I'm taking a look at this, the 1/100 Full Mechanics Gundam Bael, and of course this is from Iron Blooded Orphans. So there is the front of the box, and definitely looking better than the high grade right here. Again, your typical 1/100 fare. Anyway, flipping around to the side, and there we have some pictures of what it will look like when it's finished. So, truly experience the reality of inside the armor. So this is talking about the Gundam inner frame, as well as the movable structure, the details, some parts about the weapons, the frame again. Anyway, flipping around to the other side, there is the front and the back of the finished kit, the two swords it comes with, the action of the wings, the wiener on the shoulder, and finally there is the recommended retail price, which is 3,200 yen. And also you'll notice that this is another red bottom box, so that does mean it comes with a stand. But anyway, that is it for the box. Let's bust this thing open and see what we've got. So there is that inner frame, and that is pretty much what you've seen countless times already with these 1/100 kits. If there's one thing that you can say about these, is they're quite repetitive. Basically, if you've built one of these Gundams already, then you've already seen this. The only real difference here is that it isn't a full inner frame. As you can see, those feet right there, those are the feet of the inner frame. So there it is with all the armor attached, and it definitely looks awesome, but I will get the negative aspects out of the way straight away. The first of which has to be the fact that the only two stickers that you really need to put on here are these two right up there on the V-fin. Of course there are other blue stickers around here on the back, but these are a little more form-fitting than the ones in the V-fin. And the second thing, not necessarily a negative thing per se, is the fact that the emblem on the shoulder is molded into this, so there is a slot in the white and the blue plastic comes through. The good point is, this looks great. It looks cool and way better than a sticker, but the bad point is, if you want to customize this kit, you may not want that on there, and then you'd be a bit shit out of luck. Besides those 2 points though, there really isn't a lot negative to say about this. It is pretty awesome, just like the ones that came before it. This kit maintains everything that was good about the 1/100 Full Mechanics kits. It looks great, the assembly is extremely simple, and the surface detailing on there is sharp and looks great. So there it is side by side with the high grade, and all in all, they're pretty similar. For example, they both have that big, nasty hollow heel in the back there. But besides that, the differences mainly are, this part here is separated, this is a sticker. For whatever reason, this section here on the wing is white here and grey there. This has no sticker to make this part black, which this one here does. And of course, both of them have stickers up there on the V-fin. Also, a lot of the surface detail, as you can see there on the upper chest, that is different too. If I was to say which one is better, that's difficult, because they're very different. This obviously is a better kit than this one, but this is a better kit for its scale. For example, this is alright for a 1/100, definitely, most definitely, unmistakably a no grade, whereas the high grade kits are pretty cool for high grades. Both of which, if you've built a similar Gundam already, then you know exactly what they're like. So finally then, there is the entire Full Mechanics crew all together. Pretty much all very similar in build and build difficulty. Really easy if you're a beginner, these are totally for you. I know someone's gonna ask at some point, so what order would I rank them in? Well, that would have to be Vidar number 1, Lupus number 2, Bael 3, and of course Rex comes in at the bottom at number 4. These two, 1 or 2, it could be debatable. Actually, depending on the day, I might like one more than the other. Put a little bit more work into the Vidar. I also didn't review it. If you want to see a review, let me know. I might be able to squeeze that in at some point, but I think he's definitely my favorite, except for the sketchy feet. Besides those, that's my favorite. But then again, there is Lupus, so it's hard to choose. But definitely these two, then 3, 4. So there is the Full Mechanics Bael with everything that it comes with. So if you're talking the 1/100 versus the high grade, the 1/100 definitely slays this one completely with what it comes with in this set. Definitely the better set right here. So what we get in here, of course, is the stand. Apparently this is from the red bottom box only, which is a first run box apparently. Same goes for these little decals here, these little Galarhorn ones as well. That's kind of weird because, actually no, I guess it's not, because it's from McGillis's time of piloting this guy. Next up then, of course, is the 2 Bael swords, the only weapons that this kit comes with. These are made out of 3 pieces of plastic, this kind of yellowy gold, and 2 pieces of grey. One here and one here. This little strip here. We also get this little scabbard section here for tucking these away. They slot into these sections just like that. There's one, and there is number 2. These 2 sections move out like this. We've got a ball joint right here that rotates around like that, so a lot of movement. This little peg here that can move up and down, and of course, just like with all of these kits, this whole thing there slots right in here into the butthole. Just like that. As for manipulators, we've got these nice widespread open hands, which you've seen already. A pair of standard holding hands, which are just on the Gundam frame, so you would have seen these at least a couple of times before, and of course they're for holding the weapons and whatnot. Last up then we have these pair of holding hands which have this little movable ball joint there. Of course these are for using with the Bael swords, so they slot in there like so. Of course once you stick in the Bael sword like so, you can change the angle in which the mobile suit is holding them. So that is it for the accessories. Okay, so we're gonna blast very quickly through the articulation because it's 10:15 and I'm meant to stop doing this at 10 o'clock. And if I keep on yelling like this, then the shitty neighbor will complain like they always do. Whoops. Because this is the same Gundam frame we've seen before, this should be pretty much what we've seen before. So there's the head all the way back, down, all the way around, so that does mean it's better than Rex. The chin isn't popping off there. The shoulder moves separately. There's the arm all the way around. That can go all the way around, yeah. This little section on the shoulder there, that can move up and down. Rotation there, bend at the elbow, ball joint hand. The ab crunch will be exactly what you've seen before. There's all the way to the front, all the way to the back, and there's quite a bit side to side. Side skirts move up and down, as well as towards the back and to the front. Front ones move independently, not too far up, getting blocked by the side ones. There is the leg all the way up to the front, all the way to the back. Pretty good as you'd expect. And there it is doing the splits, and it can nail that completely. Rotation there at the thigh, bend at the knee. This thing moves, I'm not sure if it should, probably not. And I mean, how many times, it must be countless at this point, have we seen this kind of ankle joint. So there it is, pivoting side to side, down to the front, up to the front, down to the back, and we've got this little flappy bit there, and no bend at the toes. The wings here are almost identical to the high grade, so that's in and out there, up and down at that point too. This part can move in and out like that. We've got two joints here. This one moves that up and down. I don't know what that crack was. Another one here moving up and down. I think there's a twist there as well. I don't know if that was in the high grade. Probably. This moves up and down as well. And so does this. So that's it for the articulation. Pretty much what you'd expect. If you've seen one of these at this point, one of these 1/100s, you've seen them all. So that is it for the review and what you expect really. This is exactly the same as we've seen countless times with the 1/100s. More so with the 1/100 full mechanics kits. I don't know what they've done, if they've changed something about the plastic or something like that, but they feel so much better than the old 1/100 kits. We're a bit marionette-esque in a way. They'd like to fall around the place. But the Bael here is pretty much on par with the Vidar and the Lupus and the Lupus Rex. Across the board, the quality is pretty much the same. The only down points would be the stickers, which aren't that bad. Just get yourself a little bit of blue paint, and you have to apply that, 4 places? So at the end of the day, this is just another 1/100 kit. Of course, it's gonna need a little bit of love to look perfect. But anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and make sure to come back for more Gunpla reviews. See you next time. And seriously, if you're talking this... Whoops.